Hi, guys. Welcome back to the Lotus Lounge podcast. And we are doing the Manifesting Monday show here with Uma and our special guest, Shelley. Welcome in. This is season 1, episode 18. Hi, Shelley. Nice to meet you.
Hello, nice to meet you.
So, guys, let me tell you about our special guest today. Remember, every week we are featuring somebody, a new light worker in the metaphysical field, and Shelley fits the description. Let me tell you a little bit about Shelley. Shelley Fritz has been an ADHD coach since 2018, working with adults who want to better manage their lives while struggling with executive function skills. Shelley was a special education teacher for 21 years and has 2 master's degree education and is a certified life coach. Shelley has her own late in life diagnosis with ADHD and 2 young adult kiddos who are both neurodivergent. So, Shelley, that is amazing being an ADHD coach. I would imagine in today's, atmosphere, we need that. But what exactly can you tell us what an ADHD coach does?
Absolutely. I think that one of the best ways for me to explain what I do is to kind of tell a little story about my background.
Okay.
Um, I was a special education teacher for 21 years. And towards the end, I was working at a small private school. So I was one of the only people that really talked to parents about their kids' problems when they were struggling. And a lot of my kiddos struggled with ADHD, and it tends to run in families. And so a lot of my parents kept saying, "Oh, that's my struggle too." And, "Oh, I struggle with these same things. And I have ADHD." So I was saying, "Yeah, me too. Me too." And parents started saying to me, "We love what you do with our kids. We love that you teach them about their brains. We love that you help them to set goals and make plans to reach them. And we love that you cheer them on so well. I wish somebody would do those things for adults." And for a long time, I said, "Oh, me too. I wish somebody would do those things for adults." And after a couple of years, I said, "Oh, I could do those things for adults." And so I left my teaching job. I got my certification as a life coach and then an ADHD coach. And that's really exactly what I do. I help adults learn about their brains, set goals, provide accountability, and cheer them on as they go along their personal paths, learning about ADHD.
That's amazing. And I know that it's so needed right now because I think there's a large part of the population that does have ADHD, whether diagnosed or undiagnosed. The information is being around out of there. With the people that come and see you, what do you feel is the biggest challenge with adults with ADHD?
Yeah, well, I'm going to tell you, and this ties into what you just said. I think that there's a lot of people who have always had ADHD, but it was manageable enough that they didn't really realize what it was that was causing their struggles, and they were able to function pretty well because most of us had the structure of a workplace that we went to. We had to go into an office at certain times. We had a boss who was watching. Well, today, between working from home and so many people entering the entrepreneurial space, we have a lot less of those supports and structures. And so those underlying ADHD issues, whether it's diagnosed ADHD or whether it's what we consider sub-threshold, so not significant enough to get a diagnosis, but still significant enough to be impacting our lives, a lot more of those people have been realizing what's going on. Most people, when they come to me, one of the biggest issues that we deal with is related to time. People with ADHD tend to have what we sometimes refer to as time blindness, which means that we struggle with estimating time. We struggle with organizing our time. We struggle with on time, managing our time. So much of the things that we struggle with are kind of that time related. So I do a lot of work with clients on finding ways to make time more visible and creating containers for our time using calendars and planners, which I know is people don't like to hear, but I really am a big planner girl. But create containers that make sense for us, so that we can better manage our time. And if we can manage our time, we can manage our lives. Right.
That is such a good skill to have, time management. And I did not know people with ADHD struggled so much with that time factor. So that's a good thing to know. And you guys never know, like for those of you that are listening in, Some of you might have an ADHD problem and not even be sure of it. And one of the things to check for, as Shelley said, is the time, that your time management. So, what has been your biggest breakthrough with your clients so far that you've seen, and you're just like, wow, the world needs more ADHD coaches?
Well, I'm going to tell you, I was thinking about specific clients, and it was hard to think about specific clients. But I'm going to tell you what the breakthrough that I love the most is. So many of us who are diagnosed later in life, and especially women, this is a bigger issue for women. It's not exclusive to women. Is that we've spent the majority of our lives living in shame. The characteristics of ADHD, the symptoms of ADHD align perfectly with what everyone else considers to be character flaws. We have trouble with motivation. We have trouble being on time. We tend to be messy and forgetful. People consider those things just to be character flaws, but they're the symptoms of what's happening in our brains. And so we deal with repeated what feel like failures, letting people down. And so that accumulation of shame, by the time that we realize what's going on, a lot of women don't get diagnosed till later in life, really has a big impact. A lot of clients in our very first call, that first consultation call, cry in that meeting because they've never had anybody who understood exactly what was going on in their brains and saw and helped them understand that they weren't a failure, right? That these weren't character flaws.
Right.
A client, that my goal, if you want a coach who's going to get you to a multi-billion-dollar business or the top of Mount Everest, there are a ton of those, and that's great. Go find them. I strongly encourage that. I want my clients to be organized enough that they can be productive enough that they can enjoy their lives and be happy. So the client breakthroughs for me aren't even my clients who've gotten the great job or who've reached the biggest goals. And I do have clients who have those things happen. It's the clients who start off feeling shame and overwhelm and wind up feeling at peace and recognizing their strengths and their value and are able to manage things well enough that they can do the things that they love to do, right? So really, that's the breakthrough for my clients that makes me the happiest when I see it.
Well, we love to hear it. Shelley, thank you so much for coming on my podcast to give us an idea of what you do. I definitely think the world needs more ADHD coaches because once you get a hold of your time, guys, like you can accomplish so much. You know what I'm saying? And I really appreciate the work that you do. Now, we are going to have it in the show notes for people, ways to get in contact with you. But could you give a quick shout out how people can find you on social media or through email so that they can get in touch with you if they're interested?
Absolutely. I've got a website, youradhdpath.com. You can reach me through email, Shel, 1L, at youradhdpath.com. Sometimes I'm out there on social media as as ADHD coach Shel. I don't have a lot of content out there. Super busy with clients all the time. And I would love to hear from anybody. And I do absolutely always do a first session consultation for free. I love trying to see if we can figure out what clients need and give them strategies that they can take away, even if we never meet after that first meeting.
I love that. I'm a fan of giving away the free, yeah, because I do like free consultations all the time. You know, it's a good thing to do.
I think so too.
All right. Well, thank you, Shelley. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll be in touch.
Great. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
You're welcome. Bye. All right. That is amazing. We just heard from, thank you for the follow. We just heard from Shelley Fritz. She's an ADHD coach. And I think it's amazing the work that she's doing. And like you guys heard, when you watch this podcast again, whether on my YouTube channel or on my podcast show, The Lotus Lounge, follow up with her. You can get a free session and she's willing to give you like free advice on how to, get that ADHD under control. All right. Okay, we're going to now do our affirmations of the day. I have 3 affirmations, affirmation 1, 2, and 3. I want you to clear your mind, think loving thoughts, right? Invite in all that love energy from your spirit guides. And I want you to pick a number, 1, 2, or 3. What message do you need to hear today? So let's check it out. For those of you that chose affirmation 1, your message today, you are compassionate. You are compassionate. Every person in your life is either a lesson for you or you are a lesson for them. So the message for those of you that chose affirmation number 1 is be kind to difficult people today. Either they're teaching you something or you're teaching them something. You know what I mean? So absolutely be kind, rewind. Okay. For those of you that chose affirmation number 2, you are thriving. Congratulations for those of you that chose affirmation 2. You are thriving. Your life is abundant. You know what? It's a simple message of gratitude. Give thanks for what you have. You might be sitting there thinking, oh, I don't have all this, or I don't have, I'm not nowhere near my goals, but be grateful for what you already have. All right. You are thriving. And finally, for those of you that chose affirmation number 3, you are grounded. You are grounded. You are connected to the clearest, highest vibration of love in the universe. Wonderful. Wonderful. Don't forget that everything comes from love, So if you're feeling less than, remind yourself, I was born of love, and to love I shall return. So anything in between, you just got to kind of let it go. You really do. All right, my beautiful and wonderful co-host, Danae, is not here today to help me with these readings, but don't worry, I will get through every single one of them, all 12. And this is a chance for those of you that are watching me live on Plenty of Fish and on Meet Me. You guys can drop a big gift. So right now on Meet Me, we have the People's Choice Awards contest. So if you drop 10 of those 100 People's Choice Awards, I will go ahead and give you your zodiac sign message. Remember, there's 12 zodiac signs. We just had a new moon over the weekend. So these messages that I'm bringing forward are new moon messages for each zodiac sign. So for those of you listening in on Meet Me, if you drop me 1,000 points in the People's Choice Awards, I will pull your cards. For those of you that are on Plenty of Fish, if you drop a 1,000 gift, I will pull your cards for your zodiac signs. If not, we're going to go ahead and start with the fire signs. Okay. We are going to start with the fire signs. So let's first start with Aries. So for those of you that are Aries, here is your new moon message. Okay. We just had the new moon on the weekend. So your new moon message is, you're actually having some good news coming in under this new moon energy, Aries. I see a change around in your finances and your financial structure. I feel like you've been a little bit chaotic or out of balance, Aries. Might have been spending too much. And under this new moon, you have good news coming in concerning your finances. This is actual money coming to you, or money coming to you through like a job or promotion or something like that, or people gifting you. But it does seem to be very positive if you're Aries, and we have this new moon energy shining on your finances. Okay, so that's the message for you for the next 2 weeks, Aries. Let's go to Leo. Leo is the next fire sign we're doing. Leo, it's a new moon, it's new beginnings, but somebody from your past keeps trying to pop up, Leo. And you know what you got to tell them? New moon, who this? Like really and truly, this person that keeps trying to pop up from your past, Leo, is the same old news, and you're on something completely different, because this next 2 weeks brings you really good news on the career and work front. Okay, in your professional life, you're just banging it out. You're hitting goals, you're having accomplishments. Leo, you are thriving, and there is somebody from your past who's seeing you thrive, and they want a piece of the action. All right, don't let them, Leo. Don't do it. Okay, just say no. Say no. Your new moon, new energy. All right, finally, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, Let's see what's the messages for you under this new moon. I see an end to difficult times, Sagittarius. My cards are showing me that you are finishing a cycle and you're starting a new cycle. And it's a cycle full of love and community and, just people wanting the best for you. It's also a time of financial security and celebrations. This can be weddings, graduations, but just happy times are ahead. Sag, you do have an ending in your life and you have to accept the ending and not dwell on it. Okay. Now, this ending could be the passing on of someone, it could be the end of a relationship, the end of a job. But whatever this ending is, you've completed a cycle. Now it's time to reset your energy and move in with a new cycle. Okay. So the 10 of earth, the 3 of water tells me you have happy times ahead under this new moon. And the world card indicates to me, but it came on the heels of an ending. And don't stay too much with the ending. Focus on your new beginnings. All right. That is the message for Sagittarius, sun, moon, and rising. And isn't this funny? I'm sitting here doing my podcast, and Mick Mac on Plenty of Fish is violating because thank you, amazing. Thank you, because I'm not paying him any attention, because he said, "What's your ethnicity? You're beautiful." Because, I am actually recording a podcast here. So now he's turned to yelling. But we're going to keep it going. Amazing. Thank you for the People's Choice Awards. What is your sign? I will go ahead and do your sign next for the new moon messages for zodiacs. Oh, I just did Leo. All right. Well, thank you for the People's Choice Awards. We're going to go ahead and move on to the water signs. Let's go to the water signs. So Pisces, sun, moon, rising. Here we go. Something didn't work out for you emotionally, Pisces. There was somebody you were talking to. There was somebody you were in a relationship with. It didn't work out, or it's not working out. The message for you under this new moon is to take the energy of forgiveness, build your inner strength, and move on. And if you can do that, things are going to move on very quickly for you. Okay? So Strength card is all about forgiving yourself, forgiving others. The 4 of water card, this is a card that talks about disappointment in love and relationships. And then the 8 of fire is fast movement ahead. So I feel like Pisces, you're being called to wrap up your energy about a situation that didn't work out the way you wanted it to. And the sooner you can, the sooner things are going to move very quickly for you, propelling you forward. All right. So your lessons this new moon, Pisces, is to forgive and forget, forgive yourself, forgive the other people involved, and just move on. All right, Pisces, that is the message for you. All right, let's go to the next water sign, Cancer. Cancer, you're going to be finding out some stuff under this new moon. All right. The 7 of air card is a card about deception, about people playing in your face. And then the 2 of fire card is about partnerships, collaborations. And the star card is like a wish come true. So I feel like Cancer, you're a very sensitive sign. And I feel like you may have been wanting to go down this road with someone or a group of people. And then you come to realize very quickly that this is not the group for you, or this is not the person for you. So in the 2 weeks following, you're going to be uncovering deception. All right, Cancer, deception is what you're going to be uncovering these next 2 weeks under this new moon. But it's a good thing, because you remember, the new moons are happy times. They're positive times. And think about it. Would you rather somebody be in your life that's fake, or would you rather find out about them and then just realize I can move on and just leave this behind? Temporary hurt over lifetime hurt, correct? So Cancer, don't worry, you have a wish coming through this 2 weeks under this new moon. And it's all about trying to figure out who really is for you and who's not for you. All right. All right. Finally, let's round out the water signs with Scorpio. Scorpio. So we did Pisces, Cancer. We're about to do Scorpio. And then we also finished Aries, Leo, and Sag. All right, Scorpio. Oh boy. I feel like a lot of you are breaking up. That's what I'm going to say, Scorpio. I feel like also there's more conflict here than is necessary. But now, because this is the general reading for all Scorpios, right? Sun, moon, and rising, it's going to go either way. This is what I see. I see a breakup happening with you and your significant other. And it's just, you guys are not in the same path and you're going to break apart. But as quickly as you break apart, there's going to be somebody new coming in. And that new person has a lot of qualities that you want. Or for some of you, you do have this big fight and this big breakup, but then you guys realize how much you love each other and you come back together and you form a stronger bond. So this can go either way for the Scorpios. And, it is a public reading. So I'm doing a reading for everyone. You guys could always reach out to me if you'd rather a personal reading so I could look into your cards yourself. But for Scorpio, I do feel that you have some sort of issue coming up in your love life that needs to be addressed. Okay. Some of you are just not matched with the right person. And you got to receive that. All right. That is Scorpio. So we did the fire signs. We did the water signs. We're going to move on now to the earth signs. So if you are Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, okay, we're going to be doing your readings now. What is with uncovering all this stuff? I swear, it's like, all right, here we go. For Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, you two are also uncovering people in your midst. That is not 100%. They may have been using you. They may have had ulterior motives. And under these next 2 weeks, you're going to be finding all that out. But Capricorns, I don't see you guys being really flustered. And I say that, you guys are thinking, well, Uma's a Capricorn. Of course she's going to say that. But this Queen of Air card tells me you're not, like, you almost already knew who it was. You already knew. And then you're going to get the evidence that shows you that's what you were thinking. That's what you knew. And you're fine with it. Capricorns, you guys have gone through a lot of growth this year, though, I have to say. And I feel like you're following your intuition more. So that's why you're not so upset when things happen, because you're just like, well, I kind of saw that coming, right? And you don't hate anybody about it. So you're just being really mature and you're moving on. So Caps, you will be finding things out, but I also feel like you will be following your intuition more strongly over the next 2 weeks under this new moon, because that moon card is very much about being in tune with your psychic abilities. All right, for those of you that are Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, you just have wonderful wealth coming in, Taurus. Empress, Justice card, Ace of Fire. This is new beginnings, hope, career advancement, changing your life, right? These are really, really good things. So your spirit guides are saying, just keep doing what you're doing, Taurus. You're on the right path. You're on the right track. And all you have to do is just stay focused and committed to following through with giving birth to your dreams. That's what the Empress is about. And things will move in your favor. That's the Justice card, to bring you about the opportunities you need to move on, all right, in a positive direction. And then finally for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, you have some sadness coming in these 2 weeks under this new moon, Virgo. The Ego card tells me that you have been living a bit of a lie, maybe not being honest about what you really want or truthful about what you really want. The Three of Air is a breakup card. It's a sadness card, but the Six of Earth card is about reciprocity. So this is what I want you to know. This ending that you're experiencing, Virgo, this ending is because the person was not giving to you the way you gave to them. And it's time for this energy connection to be cut, if that makes sense. All right, Virgos, you got to cut it because you're giving. You're not receiving. So now you're becoming more bitter. And so if you just kind of pick a fight with somebody today, don't worry about it. It was a long time coming, is the best way I can say that to you. All right, Virgos, that is the message, the new moon message for my Virgos, sun, moon, rising. Let's get to the air signs. So we first have Aquarius. Aquarius, things are looking really good for you. I feel like you went through, something. You went through something, and I feel like you're working through it, because the 6 of air card tells me moving on from a difficult situation. The 3 of fire card tells me make long-term plans. You're on the right path. And then the high priestess card is about following your intuition. So what I feel for you, Aquarius, is you're following your intuition about a situation that has been kind of bringing you down, and it's going to pay off for you in the next 2 weeks, right? And then the 6 of air card also tells me that you might be planning a vacation, or some of you might be taking a vacation that is so well needed right now. All right. Job well done, Aquarius. All right. Geminis, let's see what's for you. Geminis, sun, moon, rising. I feel like you're coming out of financial crisis. I feel like things are going to start turning around for you under these next 2 weeks with this new moon. And this turnaround is what's going to give you that energy to seek out new pathways concerning finances. I see a lot of you having really good news over the next 2 weeks about your finances. All right. Yeah. Thank you. And the world card indicates this ending, but this ending doesn't feel sad. It feels joyful. So I feel like it's a job well done. Like you've done something that's significant, and you're like, I could put that to rest now. I did something. I've done it, and I could refocus on some other things in my life. And when you do, the finances flow. All right. It does. It flows. So that is the message for Gemini, sun, moon, rising. And then finally, let's get into Libra, our Libra energies. All right, Libra, you are coming out of your negative mindset, right? 9 of air is about expecting the worst, self-fulfilling prophecies. Page of air is challenging information, delays or changes to plans. But then Ace of Water is falling in love or the resurgence of a relationship. So I feel like the next 2 weeks under this new moon, Libra, you're working through some inner thoughts. This has nothing to do with anybody or anything on the outside. This is just your inner thoughts, and you're working through them. And it's in relation to love. Like you might have had some limiting beliefs about love, or some toxic ideas or negative thoughts about love. But then in the next 2 weeks, the universe is going to be giving you information to make you realize, like, I need to change the way I think about things or look at things, because there is love here for me. So Libras, if you are single, you're finding love over the next 2 weeks. If you're in a relationship, you're deepening the love that you already have with your person. All right. That is the message for Libras, sun, moon, rising. And that is all messages for all 12 zodiac signs. I did not think I could do that, because usually I have no, no, not time to quit. Wilma said, my streaming career, I made 80K. Now it's time to quit. No, ma'am. It's just the beginning. It's just the beginning. But I will say this, I do miss Danae. Okay. Doing these zodiac signs by myself is a lot, but I'm so grateful that we got through them. All right, let's go ahead and end our podcast with our Divine Energy Oracle message of the week. And the message of the week is go for your dreams. You see, Wilma? Go for your dreams. Are you plagued by regret over dreams unexplored? Do you wonder what might have been had you taken a different road? Do you fear it's too late, or that you're too old to pursue your heart's desire at this time? The spirit within is activating your awareness and inviting you to reclaim lost dreams. Yes, some things are gone forever and must be accepted, mourned, and forgotten, but others only appear that way and are really just waiting for you to breathe life into them once again. Your divine energy is calling you to appreciate what's dead from the merrily dormant. Oh, separate what's dead from the merrily dormant, bury the dead and accept. Then give the inactive or ignored love in your heart all you have in order to revive it, whether in your art, your relationships, or even in your health. Sorry, I was sticking on talking like that, but I really couldn't read. I think I need to get like my prescriptions changed in my lens. So the message of the week is go for your dreams. Guys, I say this all the time. Like, just accept everything that happens. If things go not the way you wanted it to go, or you see changes happening, don't fight, don't resist, just accept it and just keep going. All right. That is the message of the week. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thanks to you guys listening to this podcast. We have had over 20 downloads last week, which was a really great week for us. So please, if you love this podcast, share with your friends, share with your family, share with your loved ones, share on your social media. You know, me and Danae, we do this for free and we really, really love doing it. So we feel it's a great way to start your week with peace, love, light, and happy, positive vibes so that you can have a bomb week. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will be back again later today with recording my next podcast, which is the Uma's Lotus Lounge stream on Meet Me. I will be recording that and then uploading that to my podcast as well. And we're going to have even more metaphysical goodies to make you guys start your week right. Bye for now.